Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the MUNDUM SATIS campaign. The glorious Roman imperial conquest of India is well underway. We are probably halfway there, I'd say. No, probably not. A lot of the very high development is up in this this northern area in the river basin. What is this river called? That's the Ganges, okay. In the Ganges river basin. So, we are continuing to rip land out of these guys. Once we finish off, I'm going to do one more war against Bengal. And then I swear I'll stop for good. I can stop anytime I want. But once we have done that, we're going to have a period of no expansion. And that period will be very strict. And it will last until we get Admin Tech 39 and start coring stuff. So that we're not constantly just trending up on overextension, because 2,000 ducats a year on overextension is a little bit. We're earning 50, we're almost negative on tax because our overextension is so expensive. But hey, we're still making money. That's all you need, isn't it? And the land we're getting down here is extraordinarily profitable, because if you take a look right now, look at the amount of money flowing out of the Gulf of Aden. It doesn't matter which way it flows, we still get it. And look at the amount of money flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. This is fan-freaking-tastic how much cash we're pulling back to Europe. In fact, he's diverting 27. I'm going to rejig trade in a second, because someone here pushing money would actually generate more wealth by their increased multiplier on the value of the outgoing trade. See, we only increased the outgoing by 3.2. I don't even know why. Anyway, it might actually be merchant ideas. Possible. But then up here we're doing it by 6, so it can't be that. I don't know. Anyway, you always want to be pushing from the places with the most money, because then your multiplier, so here for example, we're turning 69 ducats, called Northern Line, to 76, which is pretty good. So up here, for example, this one we can definitely stop. We're doing pushing only 18 ducats there. We can make more money. Sorry, the trade mode is so laggy. By going down here, almost double the cash. Where is our North Sea man? There he is. Glorious. Okay, but once we finish off these Indian wars, establish our Bengalese trade company, get an extra merchant from that, make even more money, then comes the time for a short period of peace, and then a humiliation war against Zhao. We are going to use the Humiliate CB. We're not going to take any land, and we're going to probably show strength, which is our 100% peace deal, gives us 100 of each monarch point, and while we're doing that, we're going to absolutely destroy Zhao. Totally annihilate them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's quite a few troops we'll have to fight. Basically all of these guys, because most of those other Chinese names you can see in there are these military commissions. But I think if we could stack wipe a couple of Zhao armies early, we might be able to bump their liberty desire so high that they all just sit there and wait for us to come and burn their houses down around them. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else I'd like to mention? Not really. Our colonist is doing work down here. I'm colonizing these two, so that we can get our font to work better once we integrate Iraq. It's all about the important choices. What else is happening? Integrating Scotland. That's going well. I converted most of this land. We're working on these two. These ones, obviously, we can't switch because he's reformed, so we can't convert from reformed. Look at that ship go. Did you see that just here? It's weird when that happens. What else do we want to do? Oh, right, yeah. Didn't I deploy some men to kill Mali ages ago? Well, we're not going to do that yet. Oh, look, someone broke out from inside Songhai, and now they're at war with Songhai. Cool. Yeah, we're not going to worry about those guys for a while, not till we have our lovely, lovely expansion capacity. Right. Let's get back to the warring and unify India under our banner. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, we have a slight, tinsy little hitch in our plan to go towards with China. We must pay off the elite troops. Minus 6,591 manpower. Now, I'm going to give you a second. Think about why that's a problem. That's a problem because that number is calculated based off your maximum manpower, which right now is 40,000. That's not a big number. That's not a big number at all. We gain 366 manpower a month right now. So we're going to wrap up these wars, and we're not going to go to war with China. Not right away. We're going to have to be at peace for a while. Boo. Humbug. We'll have to spend 10 years at peace. Ugh. Ugh. But once we've done that, then we can core a whole bunch of land. This land in India over here, it's wicked cheap to core. So we'll be able to core a whole lot of land very quickly and fix our situation. But until then, we have no manpower, which is it's a problem. Hopefully, the estates will have some for us soon. Otherwise, I mean, we're in a spot of bother. I can't lie to you. We have 40,000 manpower. When did we last have 40,000 manpower? The last time we had 40,000 manpower, we were about this big. Good lord. Well, we will. Where's my transport ships gone? Where are my transport ships? Oh, they're up here. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, that's crazy low manpower. So we'll have to be very peaceful for a while because we can't sustain a war on 366 men a month. Good lord. There we go. We now have a grand total of 1,000 manpower. What I want to know is, why are we getting 128 a month? That's like a tenth of our max. I think it's because the game acts like your max is 10,000, because that's the minimum in the base game. I think that's why, anyway. Oh, good lord. 1,552% overextension. Good freaking lord. But we are pretty much the masters of India. And on the monthly tick, we'll probably get another merchant for our Bengalese company. So that's excellent. Time to enter a period of peace in which we desperately try to use our meager manpower reserves to fend off the rising tide of rebels, using our very best generals to make this a more workable thing to do. Marvellous. Okay, I've made a decision. I'm going to delete every fort in the entire empire, because right now, fully maintained forts are giving us 0.66, and they cost 85 ducats a month, which is too much. When this number was more like 1.5, I was happy with it. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete how many forts? 117 sounds fun. It's a good thing this campaign's edited, eh? So I'm going to go through and delete all of those forts, except for ones in rebel hotspot areas, although this one has cooled down, mostly due to the presence of the fort. As you can see, separatism has dropped to 1.5. We are currently at war, just because, as before, our force limit cannot support our army unless we are at war, because when you're at war in Meiou and Taxes, you get a lovely 25% bonus to your land force limit. And your naval force limit? Not to your naval force limit. Cool, good to know. Yeah, so I'm going to go around deleting forts to help our economy, because it's sluggish. We're only earning 300 a month, and if you are content with your income, you're playing wrong. So I'm going to go and wipe out some forts. By the way, this is one of the great things about having colonial nations. They are essentially monarch point generators. This event, tariffs on such and such, fires per colonial nation, not as a whole country, which means that the more colonial nations you have, the more it fires. You can either raise their tariffs by 5% for free, which is very nice, but what you should do is get free admin points and hope for the admin. Got mill. Blech. But yeah, it's a great event, which is why you should always try and get to colonial nations if you're doing a big campaign. There's basically, if you're doing a big campaign, there's no excuse to not go and conquer other people's land in the New World and establish colonial nations. Speaking of which, I'm a fool. We could probably establish a North American colonial nation by conquering enough of these natives. Migrate to the coast, so there's 3 of you, and then I can do it. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So our fort income will be recalculated on this monthly tick. Let's just let that happen. You can see why I'm cutting out lots of this. It's running, it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow, but oh well. I can live with it. So there we go. Extra 75 ducats a month. Lovely jubbly. Still have some forts in places I have deemed necessary. Keep one in the capital, just for style points. Some up here, because there's lots of rebellions there. One here. We have kept... Ooh, did not mean to keep that one, however. So you can be dropped. We can keep... We're also keeping the ones in the Aztec area, because lots of revolts are popping there at the moment. And I want to be able to handle them, preferably without them causing separatism. The other thing I've done is I've found and deleted 2 local capitals, one in Mali, one in Vijayanagar here. That means our state limit will drop by 2, or rather will have dropped by 2. Now, do we have any more? Byzantium, Gulbalar, where the heck is that? Gulbaga. Local capital. No more local capital. There we go. Okay. Any others? No. So now the only one in the entire country is Byzantium. If you're not familiar, local capitals cost you 30 ducats per year per capital. They grant one state and they improve communication efficiency in the province upon arriving in the province by, I want to say 15%. Not certain about that. If you have one in the capital, they reduce global communication efficiency. We haven't got one in the capital. I am a dumb man. We're going to build one in the capital, which is, of course, is Liguria. We're going to, oh, nice, manufactory in Lombardia. We're going to build a local capital in Liguria, and then I'm going to consider other potential spots for local capitals. For example, well, there's already one in Cairo. We just don't own it. So once we're in Cairo, we'll be able to use that one. We might want to put one up in the north, like in Lubeck, which would facilitate better communication in the north. We're already down to 49 days, down from, I believe, 62 when we took it over. A new road is under construction. The Rhine Road is now fully being upgraded. If you look at any of these provinces, they are all building a highway network all the way up to here. And I'm going to extend it out a little bit further west. Stick it in there. Nice. We're earning a very nice amount of money. Not that we should be satisfied with it, because as I said, if you're satisfied, you're doing it wrong. So I think we want to put a local capital here and here in order to facilitate lower autonomy in these regions. Although, actually, that looks like it's not necessary in the Netherlands. Look at that autonomy beginning to creep down in southern Germany. That is very satisfying, no doubt, in large part because of our roads. In fact, you can see it's because of our roads, because look, this area here, showing that green hue, then you look off to both sides where they're not near the road, much more yellowy. Excellent. When we build the new highway path all the way up here, it's going to make our autonomy a lot better there. I think a local capital in Lubeck would do us a lot of good in terms of reducing the autonomy around here. The reason I say 50 is good enough in this region is because, of course, 50 is the floor for most of these provinces. It's not actually for these two if we were to core them, but you know me, admin points and the current situation, they are not exactly going spare. So I'm going to continue building this road. No. First, what do we do first? First, I'm going to build the local capital in Lombardia. Then I'm going to build the road. The Imperial Road is going to get a retrofit. Then I'm going to build a local capital in Lubeck. And do we want one in Iberia? You know, Western Iberia could do with one. Now, they cost 30 ducats a month, but 15 of those ducats goes directly to your court. So you're actually, really, they only cost you 15 ducats a month. You shouldn't even consider it 30 ducats with a bonus. It really costs you 15 ducats a month because 15 of it is money you cannot spend on the court. So unless you're currently spending no money on the court, it actually only costs you 15. Look at that Italian autonomy. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we could build one over here as well. Perhaps as a road across here. No, that won't help. I'm sure the communication is going to you via the sea. Yes, in fact, it's going directly from Liguria. So we might be able to help with communication there by building a great big dockyard in Cadiz. Yes, that would be a good idea. We'll build a dockyard in Cadiz, local capital here, upgrade the Imperial Road, local capital in Lubeck, not a local capital in the Netherlands. Okay, sounds good. See, when I'm not at war, I have time to actually focus on the empire and get things straightened out the way they should be. It's worth noting, by the way, our production income is so unbelievably good. We're making 209 from production, right? If you compare it to trade, it's not that good, but that's 209 ducats, bear in mind, from this region here. Only this region here. All of this land is producing 0 ducats, as is all of this land, in tax and production. They're giving us nothing. The only value we get from holding all of these 0 autonomy provinces is in trade and in manpower. Though, we'll get nothing in in manpower. So the only place we're getting any tax or any manpower is this area. So we should see what we can do to make it as good as possible with a new road. So I will get on that. Sun Tzu, how little you know. We're loading up after a crash. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. In the real world, maybe. In EU4, check this out, baby. I like it. That's the one that popped up. Hooray! Finally. We can get manpower. How about the other one? Please, please, please. Ah, not yet. Still. 400,000 manpower. Not bad at all. Time to go to war. Oh, I should resist. I know I should resist, but I have the itch. It's been practically 3 years. I think I'm going to just a little war. Just a couple of little wars. We need to wrap up the Zimbabwe Charter and the East Africa Charter. The Indus and Delhi can wait, but I'd love those extra 2 merchants. That's a whole bunch of extra money. It's perfectly justified. Where is the Zimbabwe Charter? This is the East Africa. Oh, this is Zimbabwe. Okay, cool. So we will do a couple of quick wars, take out some of Kilwa, some of Tambora. I had this island full sieged before I realized that I couldn't core it because it wasn't in range. And oh, for goodness sake, between a crash. No, okay, it's in range. Good. I keep setting something coring here, and then it keeps freaking crashing, so it gets unset. Just to make sure our coring range fully covers this whole region. Right, just a couple of quick wars. Then I'll stop. I swear, just 1. All right, 2. Oh, no. I saved before I killed the damn forts. I'm going to hard save after I do it this time. You can say that again. So in the final set of wars of my my little batch of expansion that I allowed myself, we're fighting the Madagascan tribes. Are they tribes? Yeah, tribes. And they're so scared they're all clustering together in the mountains and suffering attrition. You gotta admit, that's pretty funny. They're so terrified of my armies roaming around with my double military tech that they're all just hiding in the mountains. It's 4 years, by the way. 4 years until we get this beautiful expansion capacity and we start coring it all. Okay, and my very brief period of war comes to a close with the creation of a 100% controlled Imperial Madagascar. Boom, trade company complete. So, I believe that gives us a full set except for the Indus and Delhi. Wait, what? Indus is complete. Nice. How the heck do I have enough control in the Indus? I guess enough damage is going on in the north somehow. Excellent. Well, that's only 1 left to give us a full set of our currently established trade companies. Beautiful. We are now still 3 years off on getting our coring tech. We can return to our period of great peace, now with a lot more manpower than when we began. Lovely. Hooray! Our second colonial nation, Colonial Mexico, better known as Imperial Mexico. There it is, taking all that land off our hands. And where's your capital? It's got to be in one of these 3, hasn't it? Where the heck's your capital? Color me confused. You have to have a core in the capital, so... what? What? Hopefully that will move. But there we go. Another colonial nation, which means another merchant. Nice. And very shortly, we will have Imperial Hispaniola, and Imperial Cuba. Beautiful. Ooh, nice. You can still get 3 for 1 colonial nation. Nice. That means we should immediately start a war of expansion for Imperial Brazil. Give us some more of boring old non-Imperial Brazil. Excellent news. That means we'll be able to get a whole bunch more merchants than I was expecting. I thought they'd gotten rid of the extra merchants thing, for being able to get a bunch from 1 colonial nation. Fantastic. Okay, nice. And that's 3 and 4. Colonial Hispaniola and Colonial Cuba. Nice. Imperial Cuba and Imperial Haiti will do just nicely. Now, I don't know if these guys are going to be big enough to give me merchants. I suspect Haiti will, but I'm not sure about Cuba. They need, well, actually, no, they need 100 development, I think. Yeah. And how much is it for 3, incidentally? Doesn't tell us. Fair enough. This is a interface they're having to jury rig to make fit all the extra stuff. I understand. But I believe it's 100 for 1. And Haiti just doesn't hit that. Unfortunately, they're at 70. So, what can we do to change that? Well, we can build in them. Oh, is that slaves? No, no slaves yet. We need some slave-producing provinces to really get this area bumping. But we can work on that. Imperial Haiti also has over here. And that's where they put their freaking capital. Good lord. Capital placement, man. How does it work? Now, what do we want to build? We could just build a bunch of cathedrals. That might create enough art power in the region to get an art centre going, which could help. We generally just want to create lots of urban gravity in order to create urban development. So I guess we just splurge and build all kinds of stuff. Trade-focused stuff, I guess. Not that trade power is going to be significant, so I guess trade-generating stuff makes more sense. Okay, cool. Well, there we go. They're at least on their way to giving us an extra merchant. Marvellous. Okay, so I have a new strategy for dealing with the crashes, which I hope will work. I've turned off autosaves, which is risky in some ways, but all I'm going to do is just hard save every January. This will bloat my computer hard drive a bit, which is annoying because my hard drive is almost full because I've recorded so many of these episodes. But I need to edit them down because then they'll be smaller. And plus I can just upload them and then delete them. Anyway, so I'm just going to save every year because it crashes a lot less on saves than it does on autosaves. On autosaves, just to let you know how bad it was getting, because it was a real pain, it was crashing on 50%. I kept a tally. On 50% of all years, I had to redo the year because it crashed on the autosave. So, I'm going to try this way, and hopefully that will help. Our period of great peace continues, but it's nearly over. One more year, and we can invent the Constitution. Glorious. Oh, my lord, calm down. We've all been in this empire a long time. Why aren't you used to it by now? Good, gentle Jesus. We have lots of unrest right now, unfortunately, because our damn ruler, although he has good stats, is cruel, which sucks. And we also have a religious scandal, which has just ended, so that's good. I lowered our centralization a bit more to continue compensating. I think we're essentially going to keep lowering our centralization until we have none. Coring is the primary blocker, much as I detest the lack of that beautiful tech cost and the extra inflation we're going to get. It is worth it in the long run to keep lowering it. Oh, my lord. We also denied some privileges. 3 of them. So, I mean, I brought it up for myself, but oh, God, there's so many. Ah, gentle Jesus, more. Stop! Okay, the time has come. January 1680. The time of rebellions. To placate the rebels, we established a constitution, which gives us another 5% reduction increase in expansion capacity, thereby lowering the cost. Yes! I didn't check that this actually lowered the cost, because there's something funky about the... Oh, I think I might understand the maths. Maybe it applies the multiplicative modifiers in sequence rather than simultaneously. Hang on. I have to do some maths. Yes, I'm right. I figured it out. The maths isn't broken. I'm so pleased. So the way you calculate the cost, first off, you have to ignore this number because it's wrong. Apparently, the development of this province is 45. Let's check what the map thinks about that. Ifshan, what level are you? See, here it says 62. Here it says something quite a bit less. Weird. So, 45 times 10 times 1.17 gives us the coring cost. And then the multiplicative modifiers, you apply one by one. Brilliant. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So that means obviously, otherwise, 100% multiplicative modifier would be a 100% reduction. All right, now I understand why it's this cost. I am very happy to know this. Brilliant. Well, we can start coring India then. Beautiful. My lord, India is cheap to core. We are coring the entire coast. Oh no, I missed the northern bit. Hang on. Oh, look at that. 35 left. So we're coring the entire Indian coast, bar 2 provinces. One here because it's besieged, and one up here because it has unrest. And we could afford all of that. That was only like 900 admin points. That's crazy good. That's crazy good. We're going to start really powerfully lowering our overextension now. This is exquisite news. Can I sort by ability to make core? I can. Good. So I'm going to core the European stuff first after doing the Indian stuff. And then we can start just doing wherever we can. Marvelous. Marvelous news. All right, the period of great coring shall now take place. You want to know something weird? The only province on the Indian coast that has unrest is one of the 3 Catholic provinces. What the heck? Why is that? Is my, religious tolerance negative? No. So why the heck is that happening? The religious centres from all our merchants are doing good work, though, by the way. They're doing a whole bunch of conversions in lots of areas, which is very, very handy. Catholicism spreading nicely across the world. Protestantism, more or less eradicated. In fact, 100% eradicated from Central Europe. Nice. Now we just have to eradicate these darn rebels. What? What? Not even a pop-up. The Suez Canal's finished. I swear I didn't get a pop-up. Maybe I clicked it away. Oh, that's weird. It doesn't have the water flowing through it in Meiou and Taxes. Interesting. Anyway, we have a Suez Canal. That is fantastic news. That means we can very easily now transport people through here. Marvellous. Now let's check on the communication efficiency down here. Where are you getting your communication from? And you from 2575. Darn, it's not going through the canal. That might be because there's not a good enough port down here. Oh, yeah, there's no port. Okay, that makes all kinds of sense then. How about you? You're level 0. All right, well, I'll work on upgrading the port down in Aden, and we'll see if we can get the communication efficiency to come through the canal. Exciting times. 12,000 ducats well spent. Oh. I cleared out the rebels. I killed every single one of them. They were all gone. It was beautiful. There was no rebel occupation apart from one right here. And then it crashed. Oh my god. Alright, I'm done. I'm done for now. Well, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go take a break, play PUBG and shoot people until I feel better. God, that's so annoying. Oh well. Oh well. The rebels are handleable. Right, we're losing innovativeness. Can't have that. Oh, we actually haven't taken... I haven't done the coring yet either. Ah, humbug. Alright, well. I'll come back and sort it. Anyway. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you ever so very much for watching. I do hope you continue to enjoy the series. And if you are enjoying it, please do like the video. It helps me out a great deal. It would be very nice of you. And I will see you in the next episode.